Another pattern that I found is that on the day of Jesus' resurrection, or after his resurrection, during that 40 days that he was on earth, there were 2 ascensions. Most people only teach one because they only see one. But in chapter 20 of verse 17 in the Gospel of John, the morning of his resurrection, when Mary Magdalene was able to have an encounter with Jesus, he said unto her, touch me not, for I have not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend. Same morning. I ascend unto my Father and your Father, unto my God and your God. He had just resurrected, and he had to now carry the blood and present it into the heavenly court so that he can make a way open for us. Not only that too as well, there was at least a number of Old Testament saints that resurrected with him, because remember, he descended into the lower place of the earth. He led captivity captive, which will be Abraham's bosom. He would have emptied the place of faith in the underworld, which will have been Abraham's bosom. They will have resurrected with him, went into the city and testified. And on that morning, when he will now ascend, he will ascend with them, because they will be the first fruits of the sample of the people from the earth that will be presented to heaven on the morning of resurrection. So when he went up with a crowd. In the Jewish Talmud, it is recorded that there were at least 12,000 Old Testament saints that ascended with him. They'll be the first fruits that is presented. He will then present the blood, and now we can boldly come to the throne of grace. He makes the way open. He will now be the high priest as he take up the intercessory work for us. And then he came back down and met people like the disciples and Thomas and so on like that. That's the first ascension. The second ascension is after the 40-day period. He would have then talked with the disciples and he chatted with them and they eat fish and so on like that and different things they did. And then while he's speaking to them in Acts chapter 1 and verse 19, he now did a public ascension before them. While he had spoken, he was received out of their sight as a cloud took him. And then in verse 11, 2 angels told the men that were there, said, the men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus, not the one that is riding a jeep down in Africa, not the man who claims that he's Jesus in Brazil, not the ones that are out in the desert in Saudi Arabia. It must be the same Jesus which is taken up from you into heaven shall so come in like manner as you see him go. That means when he's coming back, it's going to be real, it's going to be physical, it's going to be literal. Not riding no jeep in Brazil.